Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Death Pool Strikers YouTube page. I'm your host, Zippy-Z.
And I'm Birdman.
And today we are talking about Pokemon X and Y.
Woo!
I know I love me some Pokemon, and there's a new game coming out. So first of all, what is it for? Well, you can play it on the 3DS or the 2DS, your choice.
Comes out on the same day, Zippy.
The same day. Remarkable.
Piss your pants.
So what the hell is it? Well, it's a new region for you to explore with over 100 new Pokemon, including Mega Evolutions.
What?
That's right. If you don't know what Mega Evolutions are, Google it. Wise up. They are awesome. They are super cool. It's like a little wristband that you wear that you connect with a Mega Stone to do some stuff. Don't really know how it works, but turns your Pokemon into gods. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So we're going to be talking about our top 3 personal favorite Mega Evolutions confirmed so far. My list starts off at number 3, which is my least excited for, Lucario. I'm still very excited for Lucario. He looks sweet. He's a fighting type. I love fighting types. But he takes spot number 3 because spot number 2 and 1 are very close to my heart. Spot number 2 goes to Mewtwo. Yes, Mewtwo. And there is 2 versions of Mewtwo, so I gotta go with X because it looks super cool. I will be getting Pokemon Y, which sucks. I will not get the cool version of Mewtwo, but I got a little.
You get the head penis.
I get the head penis that he fucking surgically moved his penis to his head. What the hell? But oh well. And number 1, personal favorite, has to be Charizard. I love me some Charizard. He was my starter from the original Pokemon Red, and now that he's got a Mega Evolution, I'm gonna run with him and just wreck everybody that stands in our way. So Birdman, now that I've listed my top 3 favorites, what are your top 3 favorite Mega Evolutions?
Well, I'll do the same. I'll start at 3 and go up. Number 3 for me is Garchomp. I like the pseudo-legendaries. They're awesome. I think everyone loves them. But Garchomp is probably second on my favorite pseudo-legendary because Tyranitar is just boss. But Garchomp is a land shark, so I mean, I like me some sharks. So I gotta go with him for number 3. Now that he has a Mega Evolution, so a pseudo legendary getting a Mega Evolution, that's almost like if they gave a legendary Mewtwo a Mega Evolution. Crying out loud! All right, number 2 is Blaziken. Now he's very similar to Lucario. Me and Zippy had a conversation that for number 2 and number 3 it like really balanced out because really they're the same Pokemon.
Almost.
They're separated by 1 generation. One's firefighting, one's fighting steel. But I mean, really, they're fast and they hit hard, and they're just They're just not really tanks, but they're boss.
You don't want to get punched in the face by them.
Both look sweet. But that's what we just have to go with. Number 1 is Blastoise. Mega Blastoise has this move called Mega Launcher, which they just showed what it does. It upgrades moves that have like pulse in the name, like Water Pulse and Dark Pulse. I don't think in Black and White 2 Blastoise can learn Dark Pulse, but if he can now, holy shit, I will be on board for that.
Blastoise will be a tank.
Is my second favorite type, second to Water, and if my Blastoise, which is on my top 10 favorite Pokemon ever, can learn Dark Pulse, which is my favorite dark move ever, holy shit. And let's just talk about that big old back launcher that he has. Come on,
it's like huge.
It's monstrous. And I know what you're saying. He's compensating. No, he's fucking not.
Man, just think of all the girth he has on the body. Just think about where, that's everywhere, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
That's downstairs, too.
Yep.
So now we got through the Mega Evolutions. I would like to bring up the starters. You got to start the game with one Pokemon.
Yeah.
And these are some fucking picks, let me tell you.
Oh, yeah.
I am very happy with these picks. Chespin, Fennekin, and Froakie. If you do not know, Chespin is the grass-type Pokemon. He's got a little green beanie thing going on. He looks like a chipmunk. Pretty cool. Then there's Fennekin. He takes the cake for me. He's a fox dude. Fire, don't mess with me, bro. And then there's Froakie, who's a frog, and he's water.
I love some frogs.
He does look pretty cool.
They recently just showed the second evolutions.
Yes. Chespin, to me, looks like a ball. Like,
yep, ball with ears.
Yeah, you could roll him down a hill, and there's just not shit he could do. I feel pretty bad for Chespin, because he looks pretty stupid. The other two look pretty sweet, I gotta say.
Neither of us really remember the second evolution's names because they just posted them
yesterday or even very recently.
So we just didn't really take the time to memorize them. So screw you if you're mad at us. But yes, Fennekin's second evolution is pretty sweet. It's a fox that can stand on its hind legs. That's pretty sweet.
He looks like a Digimon. Seriously. He looks exactly like something out of Digimon. And then there's Froakie. And I gotta say, Froakie looks pretty sweet.
Yeah, his second evolution is just all boss.
He looks like he's got like the slicked back, gelled up look. Like he just looks super cool.
Oh yeah, just awesome. I'm glad I'll be choosing Froakie. So I guess since as of now that's really all we got for the starters. Let's talk about like the brand new thing about this game that I think is the biggest part about this game is the new type. Fairy type. What are your first reactions on that?
First reaction to fairy type. What the fuck? Why do we need another type? But now that there's been news that have been coming out about fairy type, it's grown on me a little bit. I'm not going to go out of my way to capture fairy types. I mean, if there's one that's super good, sure, I'll take it on my team. But I don't want to like get a fairy type just to have a fairy type. So that's my opinion.
When I first heard about it, I like the new type that they're adding a new type, but when I first heard Fairy, I thought this is like Nintendo and Pokemon Company, Game Freak, just like, let's make the game more for girls.
Yeah.
And I was kind of disappointed, but then it didn't take me too long to warm up to the idea, because it looked kind of cool. Obviously, Sylveon was kind of like the poster child of the new type. And then I'm excited. I am ready to put Fairy through its paces for me. I want to try. I'm getting X to get the legendary Fairy type. I'm going to get me a Sylveon when I'm going through the story mode, no matter how balls tough it is. I'm going to get me one, and it's going to be awesome. Well, as long as they give me an Eevee in the middle-ish to beginning, which sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But they just actually posted Fairy type stats. From super effective to immune to and everything in between. Let's start with it's super effective against dragon. Obviously, that was the big thing. The Fairy is made to nerf dragons.
Yep.
Obviously, but it's also super effective against fighting and dark.
Fuck my life.
When we first saw these stats, me and Zippy were kind of questioning how that fighting. We didn't know that kind of needed to be a little nerfed too. Because I never thought of it as that good of a type. But now that I think of it, fighting was pretty neutral against most of the types out there, so it makes give or take some sense.
Yeah.
It's not very effective against fire, poison, and steel.
So suck it.
Fire, they did mention that fire needed a better defensive type, so to speak. They just needed something that wasn't very good against fire, wasn't the best defensive type. Poison obviously needed something.
It needed something, man.
Seriously. Steel, I thought it had a good enough not immunities, but resistances, but apparently not. So I guess that's what it is.
Whatever.
It's weak to poison and steel. Poison yet again, obviously, no shit. It
Thank
needed
God.
Something.
Yes.
Steel. This part about steel, I do like, because I always found that steel was only super effective against rock and ice.
Yeah.
But fighting was super effective against rock and ice and steel. So it's like, well, why would you use a steel type if you could just use a fighting type and take out a steel Pokemon? So this part I am okay with. Resistances, it is resistant to fighting, dark, and bug. So it takes, obviously half damage to fighting dark and bug types, which, yet again, didn't know fighting needs to be nerfed that much, but I guess it did.
Apparently.
Yep. And then it is completely immune to dragon, which, yet again, that's why they're making the new type, is so that they can super nerf dragon.
Yep.
Makes sense to me. Alright, what do we got next?
Moving right along, we're going to talk about the legendaries. Blah, blah, blah. In other words, Yavatal, in Pokemon Y, looks amazing. I love it. Huge bird. Sign me up for some bird-on-bird action.
Dark flying types are pretty sweet. The only thing that has done this is Honchkrow, which looks cool but kind of sucks in stats-wise. So
sadly. But Aerial Ace and Dark Pulse sign me up. And its ultimate move looks amazing.
Oh my goodness.
Like he just destroys you.
And then for X, there's Xerneas, which is this deer thing.
Antler motherfucker. I don't know what to call him.
We discussed this, and he looks kind of like a skinnier version of Dialga.
Yeah, like after Dialga went on Jenny Craig, he somehow like grew some antlers.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I'm getting it because he's fairy type. He doesn't really look like a fairy to me, but he's a fairy type, so I gotta try it. And to me, he looks good enough for me.
Yeah.
His blanking on the name here. His super move, his special move, pretty much is this rainbow that he fights out and goes in every direction. Kind of a, silent but deadly, except not so silent and goes everywhere deadly.
He has
spikes.
He has diarrhea of the rainbow variety.
Yep.
All over your face. Nothing you can do.
The move looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
We don't know any of the stats of these types, so they could be like a high risk, high reward attack with like 60 accuracy, which I hope to God it's not, and then like 120 power. I'm hoping for something like a 90 power or 100 accuracy kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's what I always like. That's about it for those. I mean, we don't really know too much else about them. But that brings us to the fossils. Now, like most games, these fossils look pretty sweet.
Most games.
Most games. There is Diamond and Pearl fossils that aren't sweet.
They were not great.
Not at all.
Not great.
They sucked. Their move pools are horrible. The one T-Rex guy, well, that wasn't even a T-Rex. He was like one of those ramming heads guys. He just sucked.
Not great.
Yeah. But these ones, however, like always, you have two choices. You have Tyrant and Tyrantrum, which is a rock dragon, and Amara and Aurorus, which is rock ice.
Both of which look super cool.
Super cool. I mean, hopefully they give them good move pools.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Hopefully.
Tyrantrum is obviously, it's kind of like a T-Rex. Who wouldn't want a T-Rex?
You can't compete with the T-Rex,
You can't compete with the T-Rex. The other one is like a Bronchiosaurus, but it's blue. And it has these like really cool like wing things. I mean, it doesn't compare to a T-Rex, especially when that T-Rex is a rock fucking dragon.
Yeah.
And then rock ice, which gets pwned by fighting types, but who cares? But I mean, like, still, the Bronchiosaurus Mora looks pretty cool. It stands its own.
Yeah.
So I was going to use it, but I was going to plan on using it in my team when I first get the game. But typically with fossils, you get them late, so you can't really like use it that well during like the first playthrough. And since I'm going to go with Froakie, he'll probably learn a nice move. Hopefully, he's a water type. Most water types do. So I mean, I don't really need that part. So
I'm just gonna roll up with my Tyrantrum. Like, yeah, what's up? I got a fucking T-Rex. You should just quit now.
Yep. So that kind of leads us to Honedge. Kind of. I mean, not that Honedge is a fossil, but they just recently posted his evolution, which I thought I heard them saying a while back that he wasn't going to have an evolution. So they could have lied, but I could be wrong. But they made him evolve into Doublade.
Yeah, let me explain this for you. So here's what we've got going on. He went from being one blue sword to now being 2 pink swords.
Smaller pink swords.
Smaller pink swords. He lost his penis size.
Yep. And tried to compensate for having 2.
So now, he had a sex change, and there's 2 fucking,
of him.
Yeah, 2 fucking swords, which just takes scissoring to a whole nother level.
Whole new level.
Like, what the hell is this, Nintendo? Did you come up with this in the break room while you were having coffee and donuts? It took like 5 minutes. Like, oh, you know what?
It's like same with the name. It's like they
Yeah.
took 2 minutes on the name, like honed edge, like a honed edge of a blade. That makes sense. But double blade, like
Because there's 2 of them.
There's 2 of them, so let's just put them together and call it double blade.
I can imagine like them just in the break room talking like, hey, you know what? Let's give this guy an evolution. Alright, sounds like a good idea. What do you want to do? Well, I was thinking like, what if instead of 1 sword, there's 2? Whoa, that's crazy. Yeah, but stay with me. What if instead of blue, now they're pink and they're smaller? I like it. I like where you're going. What's the name? Man, I haven't thought about that yet. What about double sword? No, that's too obvious. That's too obvious. Okay. Well, let's see. If we give them 2, that means it'll be a double blade. So what if we call them double blade? Brilliant!
Genius!
You're getting a promotion,
Write it
Jenkins.
down.
You're going somewhere in this world. Let's do it.
Going. Pretty much what we think would happen.
Yep. Now, I really wish that I didn't have to bring this up, but somebody has to because it is part of the game.
Supposedly. I don't know why.
We have to talk about the new team that's trying to...
Team Rocket, right?
World. No, it's not Team Rocket.
I wish it was Team Rocket.
It's not Team Rocket. It's not Team Magma. It's not Team Aqua. It's not Team Plasma or Team Galactic. It's Team Flare.
Sounds cool, but they kind of already did Magma, so it's sad.
Fire's been done.
Yep.
But
and they look stupid.
They look fucking ridiculous. They wear like all red. They've even got like red shades that look like they were $5 at Kmart. Yeah, they look so douchebag like.
Yeah.
Everything is red, and then they've got this little alfalfa on like part of their hair. Looks like their hair got a boner.
And the hair is red.
Yeah.
Not just like, oh, ginger red. No, like fucking red. Like the
that
rest
is
of their
not
suit.
natural.
Yeah, like they had nothing else better to do, so let's turn our hair red.
They just put tomato soup on their head.
As hair gel.
Yeah, and said, now my hair is red.
And that's not even the worst part.
No.
Can you fill us in on that worst part?
So, in every single game, every team has had a mission. Something that they were doing.
A goal in mind.
Why they're the bad guy. Team Rocket.
Keyword, bad guy.
Bad.
People. And you could say, oh, well, there's women in there too. Fine. Bad group. You know you should take that group of people down.
Bad selection of individuals.
Who did not graduate high school.
Yeah. Most likely.
Well, the Pokemon trainer school. My bad.
So, Team Rocket, you may remember, they didn't fuck around.
Nope.
They wanted to take over the whole world.
Well, Jesse James kind of fucked around, but that's totally different subject.
Save it for another day.
Yeah.
But you might remember their leader was named Giovanni.
Damn!
So they steal Pokemon, they try to take over the world, and their leader is named Giovanni.
A mob boss.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the fucking Mafia, is it not? You were scared shitless of Team Rocket. They were bad news, man, and you had to take them down.
And you were the good guy.
When you stopped them, you were clearly the good guy.
Yeah, you felt good about yourself. You're like, man, I took out the bad team. Good.
World domination ain't happening now, is it, fuckers?
Nope.
Not gonna happen on my watch. Now, Team Magma and Team Aqua, wanted to get Kyogre.
We almost forgot that Team Rocket was so persistent. They came back in Gold and Silver.
They didn't stop at one game. They fucking tried again. Do you know how much balls you have to try to take over the world, fail, and then still try again? Second time.
Sure, maybe that's like, well, it doesn't take too hard to retry. But when you were taken down by one kid who wasn't even in his teenage years, by a fucking Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Charmander, whichever one, and he beat you, the whole squad, and you try again.
Yeah.
That's persistence.
Yeah. After Gold and Silver, when they're like not as powerful because everybody's gone, and they still try. Jesus Christ, they will not give up.
And they take down the radio towers. They still do shit.
They're still like running shit over here. Like
crazy.
They're just fucking crazy, man. But then Team Magma and Team Aqua wanted to get Groudon and Kyogre respectively so that they could rule their respective land, whatever. The mountain,
water,
the sea.
And those are pretty badass Pokemon. If you have one of those by your side, you're probably going to take down the sea or the land, whichever one you got.
No one's really going to fuck with you.
Yeah. Like, I got my Jigglypuff. Fuck you, I got this Groudon. Like,
I'll just earthquake your shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really stop them. But you did.
You did.
You stopped them, and you clearly did something good.
And that was the tough part. It wasn't like one team was uber like Team Rocket. But in, like, Emerald, you had to take both of them down.
Yeah.
Shit.
Both of them.
Shit. Damn.
Then in Diamond and Pearl, there was Team Plasma. I don't really remember exactly what they wanted to do. I just remember their leader was gay as fuck. He had, like, this idea that he was God or something like that. And they were going to use the Pokemon to, like... I don't even remember. Make him God or something. Something ridiculous.
Because they wanted Palkia and Alga.
Yeah.
Those, yet again, badass Pokemon. If they are going after a legendary, you stop them.
Yeah. But you knew bad shit was going to happen if they had succeeded in their plot. So when you stop them, you clearly do something good. Now, Team Galactic...
They were kind of, in Black and White, I never really got their plan. They want to like liberate Pokemon from people. So like I guess that's bad because like you want to be friends with your Pokemon. But like I just never got like the main bad guy. He just never seemed bad. But you knew he was. You had that vibe from him, like, man, this guy's bad. You gotta stop him.
You didn't really know why.
But it was that vibe, you know. You see the shady guy at the end of a street corner, like, I haven't I haven't spoke 3 words to this guy, but I just know getting that vibe that he's bad. Same principle.
It's like when you're in high school, and like you just meet some guy that you've never met before, and you don't know anything at all about them, but you just immediately get the sense of this guy's a complete douchebag. I don't like him. Yeah,
except in Pokemon, you can actually beat him with your Pokemon. In this high school, you really can't.
You could, but you'd go to jail.
Yeah, you would go to jail.
So, clearly, once again, you did something good, even though you couldn't completely understand what you were stopping. You knew you were stopping some bad shenanigans.
This game, however, X and Y, Team Flare, what is their main goal?
Here's the problem. The main goal of Team Flare, so far, is to take Pokemon so that they can make money.
Money, money, money!
That's their entire fucking plan. They want to take Pokemon so they can pay their fucking rent.
Why are we stopping these people?
I don't know!
This to me says small business.
Yeah, it feels like you're just this little kid who comes walking up to this small business just trying to make a living, and you're saying, nope, sucks to be you guys.
I'm gonna beat your ass down.
Yep, no money for you. Looks like you're gonna be homeless.
So now you look stupid and homeless. Why are we doing this?
I have no idea. I feel horrible. I feel like I'm the bad guy in this game. Like, all the people that have wanted to join Team Rocket in the past games, like, oh, why isn't that an option? Well, now it is. Now you are the bad guy in Pokemon
Now you are
X
Team
and
Rocket.
Y. Now you are Team Rocket. Now you are the asshole douchebag who is stopping these people from making an honest living. I hope you feel good about yourself.
Really do.
Seriously. I mean, in the past it was like, hey there, kid. See this team? They're bad. So if you beat them, you're doing something good. Hey there, kid. You beat them. You did something good. Thank you. Now it's like, hey there, kid. These people are just trying to make an honest living. What are you doing? Why are you stopping them? Fuck you. Seriously. Why are you doing this? Hey there, kid. You're a fucking asshole. Kill yourself. You're gonna die alone. Nobody likes you. Get out of here.
Essentially.
It's
maybe
horrible.
not word for word, but that's pretty close.
It's pretty close.
Pretty darn close, and it's sad. Anyway, aside from that rant of how horrible Team Flare is, they're not really a team. They're kind of a... Let's not call them Team Flare. Let's call them, like, Flare Incorporated. How about that? I like that better. Much better. That's about it for, like, the big stuff in X and Y. So we just got, like, a little bit of other mini topics we can talk about. First one you'll probably hit right in the beginning of the game is trainer customization.
Yeah, you can actually customize your trainer now. Pick out what they wear. Yeah.
Yep. It's pretty cool, but and you get like more stuff as you go, which is also cool.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm hoping it's like a money sink, because in Pokemon, once you beat the 5th gym, you're kind of like, all right, I'm good on money for a while. I don't really need any more money.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that's just like a good money sink. Like there's like a clothes store. It's like, oh, look at this. Buy this new shirt and a hat that looks like Deathstroke. What?
I hope that there's at least some cool options to wear, and it's not just like, oh, here's one extra shirt.
Yep.
That looks cool.
It's the same. I'm hoping it's not oh, here's a shirt that's the same design, just green.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Fuck, yeah, great. But they could do it well.
Yeah.
Hoping so.
Hope so.
Hoping. Next on the list is super training. Going to make your Geodude Superman. Well, Super Rock.
A super rock.
Yep. For those of you who don't know what super training will be, it's an easier way or more accessible way to raise up your EVs.
What's an EV?
EV evolution. No. It's actually it can be really complex. It's effort value. So when you defeat a Pokemon, it will give you a specific set number of effort values that you'll get to your Pokemon when it levels up. So let's say you beat a Swallow. When you beat it, I believe it gives you 2 EVs and speed. So the next time you level up, your speed will be a little bit higher. It's not like 1 EV is worth 1 point. You have to build up your EVs, and I don't remember exactly how many EVs you need to get an extra point to your speed. But the only way prior to this was using the medicine, like the protein, carbose, stuff like that, or the power items. Yes, the power items, like the power bracer, I don't remember what the other ones, I just remember power bracer, which all of that was used to raise up your EVs. But apparently people just kind of complain, they're just kind of getting destroyed in tournaments, because that's really what EVs are about, is just make your Pokemon the best it can be if you're going to do tournaments or battle your friends or something. Just if you want to make your Pokemon the best it can possibly be, essentially.
Yeah, if you want to turn your Pokemon into absolute god mode.
Yep. The thing about this, though, that I'm curious as to why you play soccer.
I don't know. I'm lost. What is this?
Yep. And I'm pretty sure what it seems is that you always play the same game no matter what stat you're trying to get more EVs to.
I don't what Nintendo what?
Sure soccer, because all you really do is you kick a soccer ball into a net.
Yeah.
So soccer could help if you're working on speed, 'cause you're just running back and forth the field the whole time.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Same with like HP, you get like endurance the more times you run back and forth. And sure, maybe like strength when you like if a Geodude like punches the soccer ball, but really soccer balls aren't that heavy, so you have to really punch that thing like thousands and thousands of times to actually like feel a good workout, or like to like feel like a workout macho Geodude. Oh.
Maybe it's loaded with rocks.
Maybe hopefully, but that would just rocks aren't good against rocks.
Oh, that's right.
There's a problem, but maybe that's why you're super training, because you have to go against it. But anyway, I mean, it seems cool. I mean, I'll probably use it. I like making my Pokemon awesome.
See, I'm new to this. I've never even trained a day in my life, so I have no idea what's going on.
I've used the power items and stuff. I do that when I raise up like a Pokemon I really want, like when I want to use it, kind of thing. That's about it we got on that. We had a good feature, now we have to go to a bad one, unfortunately. It's called the Pokemon Bank.
Now, what the fuck is this shit? Alright, now, let me help you understand what it is. First of all, remember in the PC how you can hold those beautiful little Pokemon of yours?
Which I still don't get really how that works, but it does, and I don't really care, it works.
Don't question it. So, remember how you had all of those boxes to hold Pokemon? Yeah, you had something like 12, maybe more. You could hold like 36 Pokemon per box, something like that, something crazy. Yeah, well, with the Pokemon Bank, you can hold even more.
Woohoo!
Up to like 5,000, I think.
I think something like that, in the thousands.
5,000 Pokemon.
Shit!
Do you really have that much time on your hands to capture over 5,000 Pokemon? Seriously.
And that's about, with these new generation Pokemon, it's going to be like the number of actual Pokemon will be 700 something, which is a lot, but if you think about it, like some of those Pokemon are pre-evolutions.
Yeah.
So you'll have really only, I don't know, let's just give a number like 500. I don't think there's going to be 200 some pre-evolutions, but say there are. Say there's still 500 Pokemon, and like sure, that is going to exceed the limit maybe of your boxes, maybe. And if it does, do you really need that much extra space?
Yeah, I mean, this seems like totally crazy to me. Like, Jesus Christ, when they said gotta catch them all, they didn't mean it literally. Calm the fuck down. Jesus Christ.
The good feature about the Pokemon Bank is that's how you transfer your Pokemon from Black and White and Black and White 2 to your X and Y.
Here's the bad feature of that. To do that, you have to go through Pokemon Bank, which would be fine.
Would be fine,
except Pokemon Bank is an extra fee that you have to pay for in order to use. That's right.
Yep.
In addition to buying the game and buying the system to play the game on.
Because we have some friends that don't have a 3DS and are going out to get a 3DS pretty much solely for this game.
Yeah, so they have to buy the system, buy the game, and then buy Pokemon Bank completely separately.
And I believe it's a monthly fee.
Oh yeah, it's not even just a one-time pay, you're done.
Good.
It's every single month they're going to charge you for using their Pokemon Bank. So if you are one of those guys that's like, oh, I gotta catch them all, guess what? Now you can store more Pokemon than your PC can hold, but you gotta pay extra for it.
Woo!
And all those people that want your Black and White and Black 2 and White 2 Pokemon over to X and Y, you can do that, but you gotta pay extra for it. What the fuck, Nintendo?
It's always been a free feature up to this point.
Yeah, you're charging us 3 times. You're hitting us 3 times. 3
Damn.
times. What the hell? You don't need that much money. Jesus fuck. God.
They really don't need that much money.
What are you doing?
Now we'll save you your ears to talk about Pokemon Bank in another extraneous video. Let's talk about something that's kind of Pokemon and me.
Yeah, this is not good.
Pretty much. I mean, I wouldn't say it's like a bad feature because it's free, so it's fine. But it's pretty much for like the little-ins who are like, I want to pet my Pikachu because that's who's in the show, and I want to catch me a Pikachu, and I want to pet it. Yep. I kind of went southern there a little bit, but we'll just forget about that part. I mean, you can see the Pikachu like on your screen, and the bigger the Pokemon are, like takes up more on the screen. That's kind of cool, and it makes sense. But it doesn't do anything except it likes you more. And it's fine, like if you're raising up, if you want to get the Pokemon that need your friendship, which that way I'll probably use because, come on, Lucario and like Umbreon, Espeon, they're way too good to not have, so I'm going to raise that Eevee's likeness a bunch. But other than that,
not going to use it.
It's just kind of a thing that's there.
Yeah.
The thing I'm hoping for is that it's not one of those things where during the gameplay story mode, they make you do this, and you can't do anything else until you do that shit. That's just what I hated about Gen 5 Black and White, Black White 2. They made you do so much stupid shit.
Yep.
Like the paintings and like the making your Pokemon pretty. Black and White 2, you had to make that movie. You had to direct. You had to like be in the movie with the old Pokemon. It just drove me up a freaking wall.
I remember like the first time that they made you do that with like Poffins or whatever.
Yeah, Ruby and Sapphire. Like, well, you have to do this shit.
Like, why? I'm never gonna do this again ever.
The Poffins for me were okay because like you played a game and you competed against people.
Yeah.
And it was like, and like you had to click like the right buttons or something like that. And that part was like more or less okay. And Poffins were useful. I don't remember what for. But they Poffins were used to raise up your contest.
Oh, that's right.
Moves. And I did like contests, like the original contest. I had a Numel who had like all beauty shit, which doesn't really make sense because Numels are kind of ugly. But I raised his beauty thing up, and he was good. I won a lot of beauty contests, obviously, because my face is good. That I kind of bribed him with my face. But
I bribed them with my face.
But every other generation, there's just been other pointless shit where it's like, fuck, I don't want to do this. I just want to battle.
Yeah. I don't know. Hopefully they don't.
Hopefully it's not the case. You're more excited for this than I am, so I'll just kind of let you take the floor on this one. But Sky Battles.
Yes, I'm very excited for this. I've always wanted two Pokemon to duke it out in the air. That seems cool to me. Now, I don't know for sure if you need flying type Pokemon to be able to do that. I hope not.
To me, it makes sense.
I mean, yeah, it would make sense. But I mean, come on, people. We've had the ability to fight Geodudes in the sea. So I mean, hopefully they don't just say, oh, you have to have a Pokemon that knows fly or something like that to be able to do this, because I don't ever get a flying Pokemon except for the HM Slave that knows fly.
Yep.
And that's it. So hopefully that's not the case, because I want to try this. I want to be a part of it. But
at least your Charizard will be able to do it if like you need wings.
Yes. My Charizard will be able to do this. And I will sign him up and say, Charizard, go! Kill this dude in the air. He'll say, why can't I kill him on the ground? And I'll say, because it's cooler if you do it in the air.
It's cooler. For me, it's just kind of one of those just random, like, oh, you can battle in the sky. Do you get any bonus from it? Probably not. Oh. Okay. It's just an aesthetic thing that I'm not, like, disappointed in. I don't, like, dislike, because, I mean, it is fighting in the air, and that's cool. When you, like, if you're, like, let's say you're, I don't know, what's something cool that has wings? Like, let's say, like, you're, like, a Rayquaza, and you're, like, in the air, like...
That'd be cool.
And you're taking down this, like, Pidgey, and you just, like, back bitch slap it with your tail, and, like, goes rocketing down to Earth, and, like, lands. Like, that would be cool. But, I mean, they're probably not going to do that, because it's Pokemon X and Y, and it's mostly for kids and stuff like that. So, but that would be cool, like, cool concept, like that. But pretty much for me, it's something that's it's there. It'd be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. Next on the list is Horde. First off, could be OP
Very.
against you.
It could be very, very bullshit to deal with. Because let's paint the picture for you. You get to use one Pokemon. Well, they get to use about like 5.
5, yeah.
And they are all either the same Pokemon or they're from the same Pokemon family.
The example used for this was Tauros and Miltank.
Could both be in a horde.
Yeah.
So you have to fight 5 Pokemon by your damn self.
Yep.
With your one Pokemon. Now, if they made all of the Pokemon that were in the horde low level, like half your level, this could be doable. Hit them with a couple, like, hit everybody moves, like Earthquake and Surf.
You're good.
You could be sitting pretty good. However, if they set all of these Pokemon at, or God forbid, above your level, you're screwed.
You're probably gonna get your ass kicked.
Oh yeah.
And like, oh, it's computers. They suck anyway. You're gonna tell me that all 5 of them Pokemon are gonna use Tail Whip against you?
No.
I don't think so.
One of them's gonna use an actual move.
Yeah. And then knowing them, they would like, oh, the first 4 use Tail Whip, and then the last one uses like Head Smash and just rapes you.
Yup.
Like, wow. Okay, peeps. Okay.
So hopefully they balance this.
Hopefully. I mean, it could be nice because you can like choose which Pokemon you want to get. Like if you want like a female, and maybe like there's like different forms of something, like a certain level.
Yeah, if you're a picky motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Then this is your deal. This is what you gotta do.
Yeah.
The thing I'm guessing though is you're gonna have to take down all 4 and then catch that one, like you had to do in like double wild battles.
Yup.
Which could also be a pain. So if you want to use Surf, you might kill the one you want. So damn. That to me just spells not much fun.
Yeah. We'll have to wait and see, but
Yep.
right now it's looking not good.
Not good at all. Next up, riding your Pokemon.
Yes, and not in the sexual way,
Nope.
perverts. I'm talking.
We don't like
about-
bestiality here.
Well,
Maybe we like it,
Well.
but Pokemon that we're not gonna have it in the game. So
yeah. So yeah, you get to hop on their back and
only
Ride
like
them.
certain parts. So you
and
can-
only like certain parts of like the world.
Yep.
It's like the bike. You can only do it in some places.
I think the bike is more open, but I
Yeah.
think like riding Pokemon is more picky,
Yeah.
which makes sense.
I mean, you can ride your Pokemon. Woohoo! There you go.
Woo, there you go.
You don't need more information than that.
Nope, not really. Last little piece, language selection.
Yes. Once again.
You can choose your language when you start the game.
Yes. I mean, it's kind of helpful because,
If you're one of those bilingual punks,
yeah.
first of all, teach me. Second of all, damn you. But I mean, it's nice for that. And I think they're releasing this game, I believe worldwide on the same day. Because usually it'd be you'd go to Japan and you'd buy Pokemon X and Y and it'd be in Japan.
Yeah.
If you went to America, it'd be in English. But this way, it's just everywhere, and you just click the language.
Yeah. Which is sort of helpful because, like we said, if you're like bilingual and like let's say you're from Germany, you speak German, and let's say you also speak, I don't know, French for some goddamn reason. Maybe your parents are French German. I don't know. And like let's just say you want the game in French. Well, since you live in Germany, you can only get the game in German. So you would have to go to France or get it imported from France.
Which that's not ever cheap.
No. Or emulate it to be able to play it in French. Well, now you get to pick your language. All right. I don't think you need any more information than that. I'll be choosing English.
Yep.
That is all
Same
I can
here.
speak.
I will, however, once I do the game a couple times and know what I'm doing, I will switch to like Japanese and like try to see if like I can understand something. Just kind of go. Partially, mostly off memory, and I don't know, learning Japanese would be sweet.
English for me.
So that about does it here for our X and Y preview.
Yep.
Like always, I am Birdman.
And I'm Zippy-Z.
Peace.
See you next time.